going on, YouTube? Today we're going to try something a little bit different. Obviously, you guys have seen this before. It is the moped that I have been reviewing over and over and over again, and letting you guys know what goes wrong with these things. And yeah, so since the last video, I do have a new problem. Today we're going to be replacing this backlight assembly because for some reason, if I turn this on, as you can see, only the left light turns on. However, if I hold the brake, you can see that it comes on. So, China. Yep, so X Pro, obviously, as I said, they're good. So they sent me a new rear brake assembly for me to install. Now, I've replaced rear light assemblies before on a little fit. It looked just like that one, but this one's a little bit different. So kind of bear with me here because I'm literally mostly guessing on how this comes apart. So kind of figure it out. If I make any errors along the way, you'll definitely see, because I'll start getting mad. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, or the things you're going to want, is a ratchet set with sockets and whatnot. You're going to want a screwdriver, and optional, I guess, gloves, but I'm only doing that because I use these for my oil changes that I do. So all of these are covered in oil, and I just don't feel like dealing with that. All right, let's see, is that the size? Nope, size down. It's funny because I don't even know the socket sizes I'm using. I just find one until it works. Let's see, is it a 13? No, I think it's a 10 actually. Yeah, it's a 10. All right, where's the 10? 10. There's a 10 mil. Yeah, all right, cool. So as I said, you're gonna be following along with me. This is gonna be completely unedited and probably take a while. All right. As I said, unedited. So you're gonna see all the adjustments, no cuts or nothing. I ain't smart like that. I mean, I could do it, but you know, I don't really care. All right. Gonna go ahead and start taking the bolts. So we're gonna take the seat out first. I hope. I think. We're gonna figure it out, boy. We're gonna figure it out together. We gonna figure it out. Oh, there is a way for me to pause. So I'm gonna pause this and come back when all the bolts are out. Just coming back real quick. It's only been 2 minutes and I only got one bolt out. Good thing I can fucking pause this. All right, we got all the bolts out. Bolt there. And there's also bolt there, here. And yep, that's it. All right. Second step to getting the seat off is you gotta unscrew the battery thing, the battery cover. This is where your Phillips screwdriver that I've seen, oh, there it is. It was right in front of me. Well, I knew it was there. I just didn't know this was a Phillips. I had another Phillips with me. I don't know where it went. All right, let's see. Where's my keys? If I don't lose them, they're on me. Okay. All right. Take these screws. You don't want to lose them. You're gonna be real mad. I can't stand it when I lose stuff. When I was building this thing, when I got it, I lost the bolt that attaches the handlebar. I lost that for like an hour. I was losing my damn mind. I was going insane. I have like no patience with that stuff. All right. Ignore that step you do not need to take that off. But you do need to have the seat open. You do need to have the seat open in order to get the seat off. So I'm gonna open my seat. And once your seat is open, it should come just right out. Come right out. Put that off to the side for now. Here we have our first look of the inside. Obviously we can't really get to the rear light from here, so next step we got to do now is we got to take this rear rack off so that I can get to these screws under here. All right, I'll get back to you when I take these bolts out. Alrighty, once you have the bolts off, I'm just gonna leave them in there so I don't lose them. Should pop right on off. Set that down right here. Okay, next step. Taking these two screws off. Now, again, as I said, you're going to be with me through everything, through errors, until we figure it out. Until we figure it out. I'm only making this because there is no tutorial on YouTube whatsoever involving this specific scooter and pretty much any repair videos of any kind. I've had somebody ask me for a video on how to change the oil on this thing, which I will do in the future. I just don't need to change the oil right now, so I'm not going to waste the oil if I don't have to change it. It is really easy though, but I will post it when I do need to change it. All right, now we're taking the screws out of here off. Now, this is where I got stuck before. I'm really hoping that I can just kind of get in here now. Put these screws up here. Again, don't lose your hardware. Oh, God. Okay, this pops off. Is it bolted anywhere else? All right, I'm gonna figure out my next step and then I'll get back here. Alrighty, we're getting somewhere. This thing just came off for me. It wasn't coming off before. I didn't want to force it, so it took me a second. All right, with that, now there's going to be another screw right here, right here. We're gonna go ahead and take that off. It's the last thing holding this on after you took the two ones on the top off. You know, I've been debating this whole time whether or not it's actually necessary to take the seat out. And yeah, I still think it is. I don't think you would have been able to get this off without taking the seat out. All right, that's off. All right, cool. Now we're pretty far now, at least for me. All right, I assume. Oh no, please no. I don't want to have to do that. Oh, really? I hope not, man. I do not want to have to take these side panels off just to get this damn light out. I'm really hoping I don't have to do that. I'm hoping I could kind of just... We're gonna find out. Because if that's really the case, man, holy crap, what a pain in the ass. Just to change a damn light. Gotta take off the entire back paneling, man. Please, I hope not. Okay. Put that here. Watch me lose it somehow. I'm gonna laugh if the new light doesn't fix my problem, and it's something with the wiring somewhere down the line a little bit more. Really. you gotta take. All right. This is gonna be a pain now because now I do have to edit this because I turned the video off expecting that I was just gonna give up on it because I didn't want to take it all off, but after looking at it and how far I'm already in, I'm gonna just do it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to repeat everything I did some other time. But I'm gonna go for it. Otherwise, I'll never do it. I also tested the new light I got, and it does work. So I was most afraid that I was going to go through all this, put the light in, and it wasn't going to work, but I was able to gain access to the plug. So the new one works. All right. So back to what we were doing before. After you get these two bolts off in here and you get that cover off here, I believe we're gonna have to. So remember when I said earlier that we don't need to take off the battery box? Well, we don't. But we do need to take off the thing above the battery box. All right, I'm just looking for my Phillips. We gotta take this thing off right here, which does require taking out. All right. Actually, we do need to take it all out. So, all right, I need to get organized here real quick. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose all my screws of where they go because there are different size screws here. I'm just gonna pause this real quick and get back to you in a second. All right, we're all organized now. So, as I was saying before, it was a mistake for me to say not to take that battery box off because we do. As I said, we're figuring this out as we go along. I'm gonna lose shit, I know I am. All right, gotta take this off. I'm gonna get back into it again. I wanna get this done. I don't really wanna be doing this, but if I don't do it, I'll never do it. I ain't paying someone else to do something that I can do myself, or at least something that I know how to do. As I said in all my review videos, you buy a Chinese scooter, just expect to do work on them, because they will break. And this is an example of that right here. Take these on the side, here, out. Come on, there we go. All right. All right, take the one on the other side out. Man, I'm gonna have to put this back together. I'm screwed. All right. So now, if we're lucky, this will come off, and this will come off. All right, and now I think 2 more steps. You got to get 2 screws here. There's one here and one on the other side, and you're gonna have these 2 down here, and then everything should come off, hopefully. Oh, I have to go this deep just to fix a damn headlight or tail light. It's ridiculous. I don't like having to. I bought it, I should have expected it, and I did expect it. But what I didn't expect is just how many steps at least this particular job would take. I was not expecting the amount of steps that is being taken here to get to a taillight. on the 50cc, I have the red one. When I had to change the tail on that, I just had to take off like 2 things. Seriously, it just pops right out. I didn't have to take off really any trim, nothing. For this, man, I'm like completely. Don't want to lose the screws. I lose the screws, that's it. Game over. Rattly moped. Then it'll sound like a Chinese moped. Alright. I hope this is the last screw, because it's getting to a point where I'm taking it apart so much I'm not going to remember how to put it back together. I hope it just comes off now. Man, really? Nope, never mind. Awesome. Alright, you just slide it back. Just like that. Oh, I forgot to unplug. Forgot to unplug. Gotta unplug. Alright. So now we got them, baby. I got this thing here, so I'm gonna have to like kind of prop it up in order to take it off, because I have the key lock ignition thing here. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and so there's screws that are attaching this thing in here. There's one under here, one on the other side, and then that should just pop out. We got it out. Man, look how much you gotta take apart just to get to the damn light. I'm getting this back together. All right. You can watch me struggle hard. Because now, everything's gotta go back in somehow. Look at this colossal pain in the ass. I lost a screw. Great. Great, 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 great. There it is. Oh my God. China, man. Designers too worried about thinking about whether or not they could build something for as cheap as possible. They didn't stop to think if you should. Because this is by far the most in-depth repair for a goddamn light that I have ever seen. I can't take it off. Listen, man, I'm sure this might be a little bit easier if I had taken off that cable for the lock for the seat. But nah, I like doing things the hard way. Oh. All right. Thank God. This is almost finally going back together. You guys are so lucky. I'm losing my screw in 2 seconds. All right. This is hard, man. Look at all of this work. For what? X-Pro, man. X-Pro. I mean, granted, you guys have some of the best customer service I have ever seen in terms of how well you guys honor your warranty. But goddamn, the bikes you guys sell, when it comes to problems like this, ow! I stabbed myself with a screw. Go there. I don't care about the camera angle right now, you guys. If you guys are in a bad spot, I am sorry. I just want to get this back on. I no longer care about that. Come on. Come on. Get in. Get on. What am I stuck on? What am I stuck on? It's the clipping. It's the clipping back in. The clipping back in part. Oh my God. You know what? I ain't pausing anymore. You guys can let this be the judge of whether or not this is what you want to deal with when it comes to buying a Chinese scooter. China. All right. Oh, my back. Oh man, where's the plug? I just gotta get this plugged in. Come on. Probably would have been smarter. There we go. Okay. I'll test the key one more time, see if it still works after all that mangling. Yay! Okay. Blinker. Alright, good. Fuck me, man. By the way, I did lose a bolt somewhere around here. And if I can't find it, right here. Is this it? Oh, fuck. All right. We gotta get this bolted back in. I'm honestly, I did that though, I really did. I lost one of the bolts already. I'm gonna pause it and find it. I can't find it, but I need a bolt in there, so otherwise this is not held up. So I'm stealing one of the seat bolts unless I find it. If I find it, I can hook it back up into the seat. But for now, I don't even know if that bolt is long enough, but I guess it is. Okay, whatever. Oh, man. All right, what goes back on next? Maybe I'll find it as I'm cleaning. All right, I think this piece of trim goes back on now. Actually, no, this isn't what goes back on next. We gotta screw this shit back in. Okay. Where's my screwdriver? Screwdriver. Screw back in. It's very unfortunate because I genuinely don't fully remember which screw went into which hole. So at this point, I'm kind of eyeballing it. Never over tighten the screws, guys. It's threaded into fucking plastic. It will break. All right, I don't think that's the right screw. Don't think that's the right screw. And this one? Yep, okay, it is that one. Those two. All right. I think we're gonna have extra screws by the time we're done. That's back on. That's in, that's in. That's in. Did I screw this in? I don't think I... Oh, okay, good, I did, thank God. I thought I didn't screw in a part of the thingamabob. All right. Now it's time to put the other trim back on. I just make it harder for myself because I try putting it back on with the screws already in there. I just don't want to lose them. All right. All right. The holes lined up before, they're gonna line up again. I ain't doing that game. This one's screwing down here. I hardly even tightened it and those things just got stripped. That's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, now I'm putting this other piece of trim back on. It's just 2 screws. Shouldn't really have to show you. That's self-explanatory on that one. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. on. Oh, God. Hey. Hit it. Hit it. There we go. Sometimes you just need a little percussive maintenance. Oh, almost lost it. Sometimes you just need a little percussive maintenance on these things. All right. And they all want to strip. I'm not even gonna hand tighten. The second I start feeling resistance, that's it. Tighten up. All right. And just like an art tutorial video, it is done. All right, Jesus, Lord help me, that was a pain in the ASSSE. I only lost one bolt. If I find it, I can put it back in. But for now, she be working again. All right, so I know that was the most unorganized video of how to fix something you have ever seen. Again, as I said, you learned along with me because I didn't know how to do it either. I have not worked on one of these before when it comes to fixing something like that. So, yeah. Honestly, well, I guess if it only sucks if that breaks, because everything else, if it's just the engine, you just have to take the seat off and you can pretty much get to everything there. But man, having to remove that whole back end just for that light, that was horrible. But she works again. It's all that matters. All right, guys. Well, if this helped you in any way, I hope it did. I guess keep in mind the type of work you're going to have to do if you're going to buy one of these. Just expect it, because yeah, that took me, I think, about an hour and 20 minutes to do that for something that literally should have been just take the seat off, take this off, take off 2 bolts, and this just slides right out, because that's how it was on that. I literally just, on this one, you literally just take off the screws that are down here. You take the seat off, and there's a couple more up here, and it just slides right out. So easy. Not this one. China. Okay. Well, you guys have a good one. I'll post an oil video at some point. See you later.